Yeah, Premaji.
Guruji, you mentioned Kritat and Akritat, and you mentioned about beyond time. In that context, I'd like a little bit more understanding on that.
Right. So, that is the second, the third boon was asked by Nachiketa, where he said, Ayam prete vichikitsa manushya. After death, he's talking about post-death, what happens to Atma, etc. He asked. Then Yama gave a big lecture about that's not good for you and etc. Tried to discourage Nachiketa. Then after some point, Nachiketa says, okay, let me go back to my question. Let me rephrase my question. And he rephrased the question by saying what? Anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat. That which is other than dharma and adharma. That which is beyond dharma and adharma. Okay. Then he says the next fragment of that question is what? He says, Asmat krita kritat. Asmat krita krita. That means what? Krita means effect. Krita means effect. Akrita means cause. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. That which is beyond cause and effect. It means what? That which cannot be produced. He's answering his own question. Which means that which already exists. That means he knows moksha is something that is already existing. It cannot be produced. If it is produced, it can get destroyed. He knows that, it seems. So that he said. Then the next portion of the question has bhutacha bhavyacha. Bhutacha bhavyacha. So bhutat, he's saying what is beyond the anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha. That's what I was thinking. Anyatra means other than bhuta, past, and bhavyam, present. I mean future, past and future. Within brackets, present also. So that which is beyond time, past, present, and future is time, really speaking. So what is beyond time? This beyond time means there is this question has only one answer. That is the context, Premaji. We just brought that here.
Thank you, Guruji.
Yeah.
Hari Om Mahodaya. Can
Okay.
I ask you a question, please?
You can ask, but generally what happens, people are raising their hands. So there is a
all right. All right.
so
Okay.
I also invite them in that same order.
Okay.
But you can ask.
I'll wait for my turn. Mahodaya.
But you have to raise your hand. Otherwise, I don't know where you are. So just in the phone, there is a way to raise your hand. Keep that hand raised. Okay. Hemaji.
Oh, you spoke about yathartha. That yatha, that tha is Mahaprana or?
Yes, both. Two Mahapranathas are there. Two Mahapranas.
Okay, there is a saying, yatharthavadi bahujana virodhi. So that same, I think, that's what it means. That yathartha, as it is. In Tamil, உள்ளத சொன்னா கோபம் வரும். That is that yathartha, as it is. That's what you said.
I'm going to tell you something, you may not like it. Like that, no? Bahujana Virodhi. I'm going to tell you something, you may not like it because it's going to be a bitter truth. Truth is always bitter.
Truth is always, yes. As it is. As it is. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Bhagya.
ISKCON's version of Bhagavad Gita is called Yathartha Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, correct. As it is. Arey wah. As it is. Then what are we studying?
So, Pujya Swamiji has also commented on this. When he was explaining, as it is, whatever, something like that.
As it is means as Krishna spoke. As Krishna spoke means it must only have Sanskrit verses. See, this booklet. This booklet. Where is the Bhagavad Gita book? Small booklet. It has all the verses of the Bhagavad Gita.
Yoga only.
That is Bhagavad Gita as it is. Because it has only verses. That's Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Ashocha, Nanmashocha. That's Gada Gada Gada. It goes all the way till the last Sarvadharman and all. That is Bhagavad Gita as it is. But if you open that book, Bhagavad Gita as it is book, there is a lot besides the shloka also. English translation is there. English explanation is there. It is not as it is. Swamiji makes it very clear. It should have been Bhagavad Gita as I see it. Perfect, as I see it. Anybody who talks about Bhagavad Gita as they see it is correct. No Bhagavad Gita class is Bhagavad Gita as it is. Not possible. Only Krishna has to come and talk to us. Only then it will become Bhagavad Gita as it is.
That's
Anyway.
it. That's what they're claiming. ISKCON is anyway claiming that.
Yeah, there it is. Jyotiji is showing us that book. In case we have. Good. So there's so much to learn. So vast, so beautiful it is.
Everywhere, everyone will have this book because it is freely distributed most of the time in the railway stations and all.
Even
ISKCON is doing wonderful work in America. In America, what they do is they have, if you go to the hotel and open the drawer, you'll find a Bible.
Yeah.
You find a Bible? I actually opened the Bible and saw it for the first time in the hotel only. I saw it. And I have a copy of the Bible, simplified Bible and all I have. Just because I need a reference, Periodically, we have to look at, when we are depressed, we have to look at the Bible, right? So I have it. So there ISKCON is doing good work. They are providing the Gita to the hotels. I don't know. Those days they were talking about. Now I don't know if it is really there or not. But that's...
There's something called as Gita Dhyana, Gita Dhanam. So last month, they've been collecting money and distributing it to all children in schools, government schools and all that. So they're asking people to contribute. Original cost of the book is 400 rupees. You can subscribe at 250 rupees and say this many books I'm donating, and they will do the donation.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, that's good service. Bhagya. Go ahead.
Jayakumarji, you talked about this Purva Paksha Siddhanta Rupa Krama Dvaya Apekshatvat. Is it? Or is it Purva Paksha Samadhana Rupa Krama Dvaya Apekshatvat? I didn't hear that probably.
Right. Generally, when we use the word Purva Paksha, we follow it up with Siddhanta.
Siddhanta, okay.
So when you use the word Purva Paksha, you follow it up with Siddhanta. Or if you use the word Akshepaha, like it is there in your book,
okay,
then you can say Akshepa Samadhana Rupa. You can say like that.
Okay. Samadhana Rupa Krama Dvaya Apekshatvat.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Jayakumarji.
Maheshji.
Namaste, Jayakumarji. I was looking at this Purva Paksha objection. In the previous mantra, 1.3, he said why it should have been said Kim iti instead of Kasmin, right? And the explanation, Samadhanam, was that verbosity, fear of extra effort, etc., etc. And the next one, we said, no, there's a way to explain, and we have to go slow, explain everything. But I like the way Shankaracharya tries to nip things in the bud, so to speak. He kind of invents questions, so to speak. That's what I found. That earlier he said, no, it should be crisp, it should be cryptic, and it should be not much words and all that. And the next one, no, we have to elaborate, explain something more, something which is, associated with all that. I thought it was a different way of, raising Purvapaksha.
Correct. Some karma and all will be there in this Upanishad. Some fire, yajna, yaga and all will be talked about. We are little pravidya coming up. Good. Narayan.
Guruji, namaste. I just wanted to know what exactly is, it's a basic this thing doubt. Anadhi means which doesn't have beginning, right? Is that right?
Correct. Anadi.
So do we say karma is also anadi?
Correct. Correct.
So space and time, anything which is in the ambit of space and time falls under apara, right?
Correct.
Then how can karma be, because that is something which comes to an end, right?
Correct.
So then anything in the ambit of time and space, if it comes to an end, how do we call karma as all apara is then anadi? It comes under, how is it? How do you
so
reconcile?
two kinds of anadis are there. Brahma is anadi. Brahma doesn't come to an end. Karma, avidya is anadi, but avidya comes to an end. In other words, what? There is anadi which comes to an end. There is an anadi which does not come to an end. So anadi, avidya.
Anadi ananta.
Why is karma anadi? Because avidya is anadi. Yes, anadi. And so, but avidya has an end. Antavat.
Ananta. Avidya, sorry. Anadi, ananta is.
So, okay, there are two things, an anadi, ananta.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anadi. So anadi ananta is Brahma. Anadi antavat is avidya. Avidya and all related products like karma, karma palam, etc.
So can we conclude karma also will come to an end?
Yes, of course. Of course, karma comes to an end. Once avidya is gone, karma is gone.
No, that is only agency, right? You don't own up to it. But your sanchita comes to an end?
Yeah, sanchita comes to an end because there's no owner to it. Sanchita drops like a rock.
But is it possible to burn up sanchita?
Yeah, so we talked about Tattvabodha Kara gives a different view, no? He says, okay, if you don't like that idea, then okay, there are a lot of people who need karma. So it will be freely distributed to them, like that he says. Freely means according to law again, distributed. So, because that is adrishta palam. Adrishta palam. It's like this. Suppose somebody asks, I don't like my neighbor. And my neighbor committed a murder. And the case is going on. I'm so happy because I really want him to go to jail. But then I woke up from my dream. And then I say, my friend should go to jail. What happened? When did he commit a murder? He committed a murder in my dream only. But he has to go to jail, no? He says, what do you do? How do you answer the question?
It's a different reality.
Huh?
From the Jnani's perspective, it's not there. From a Laukika perspective, you have to face the consequence.
So that was a different reality. In that reality, all the laws work. But once you come out of that reality, then you can't apply that logic to here. This reality, you have to apply this reality's logic only. If that person had really committed a murder in this life, in the Vyavaharika Jivanam, then okay, law will take its course. but you can't connect this and that. Not possible. Likewise, when you jump out of this Vyavaharika, then in the Paramarthika point of view, karma doesn't exist at all. Karta doesn't exist. Kartrutvam doesn't even exist. All that is like a dream. Samsara swapnatulyo hi ragadveshadi sankulaha Atmabodha, Shankaracharya. That's how it works.
Thank you. Dhanyawad.
Sure. Jyotiji.
This was a gift, I think, given to my son during his Upanayanam, I think. I just wanted to know the name of this Bhagavad Gita. As it is, you told something else. For the Bhagavad Gita as it is, Guruji, you said Swamiji has given a different name. No, I just wanted to rewrite that on this book.
Bhagavad Gita as I see it. As I see it.
As the author sees it.
Correct. Because there is an author for the book, no?
Correct.
Author for the book. He is not the author of the Bhagavad Gita Sanskrit shlokas. No, he's not the author of the shloka. Author of the shloka is Sri Krishna. Veda Vyasa can give those meanings. But other than Sanskrit, there is so much. That author, as I see it.
Dhanyawada, Guruji.
Sure. So Jyochidi, we had a good retreat.
I missed it. I missed.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll do another one.
There is another chance. Bhagwan's designs are different for me, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kumarji is there. He had a question. No, he's gone, I think. Kumarji is not there. Okay. Good. Vaidya, go ahead.
Ekmati, I think in one of the Bhagavad Gita satsangs, I think you had talked at great length about, some of these anadi concepts which come to an end and then some will continue, right? And I think, of course, karma and
You are muted. You got muted, Vaidya.
oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? Ekmati,
Yes.
thank you. Yes. Yeah. In one of the Bhagavad Gita classes, you had in the satsang, you had covered in detail, which are the concepts which are anadi that come to an end, and which are the anadi that never come to an end. So for example, karma and avidya, like you said, are anadi that come to an end when knowledge happens, right? Now, I think what you're saying is this is still in the Vyavaharika state only, because in the Paramarthika state, there is no such thing as karma as such.
Yes.
But in the Vyavaharika, coming back to Vyavaharika state, so the karma, avidya, that's all anadi. What about the jiva? I think what he had said was jivatvam is anadi, but that comes to an end when the knowledge occurs, right?
Correct.
Because otherwise the jivas are anadi in the sense that if they don't get the knowledge, then in the pralayam they become unmanifest, and then when the new srishti comes, they will be created again.
Correct. So the pralayam, so the samsara ends in pralayam. Okay. Yeah. Samsara ends in pralayam means what? In pralayam, everything becomes unmanifest.
Yeah.
Goes to seed form. So nothing really comes to a total, what do you call it? A non-existent end. It is not a non-existent end. It's an end which exists. An existing end means it will reappear. It will germinate again.
Mm-hmm.
The next cycle. So that's how it continues.
Yeah, but again, if the jiva has knowledge, then it comes to an end.
Correct.
And,
So,
and
correct.
then what would be, yeah.
So I was looking for this sloka. Which talks about all the things that are anadi.
Yes. We had covered that. It doesn't come into my head now.
Jiva Isho Vishuddha Chit. I'm looking at the sloka here. I just search for it in my notes. Jiva Isho Vishuddha Chit. You want to write it down. Jiva Isho means Jivaha and Ishvaraha. Jiva Isho Vishuddha Chit. Write this down. Tata Jiveshayor Bhida. Tatha Jiveshwayor Bhida. Next line. Avidya Tachitor Yogaha. Avidya Tachitor Yogaha.
Atchitor or Katchitor?
Tachitor. TACHCH or CC. Tachitor. Double C. Tachitor Yogaha. Shadasmakam Anadayaha. Shadasmakam. Shad Asmakam Anadayaha. Shadasmakam Anadayaha. So Ramuji can post that sloka later. Okay, let me read this once again just to be sure. Jiva Isho Vishuddha Chit Tatha Jiveshayor Bhida. Avidya Tachitor Yogaha Shadasmakam Anadayaha. So, Shad Anadayaha. That is the idea. Shad Anadi. There are 6 things that are Anadi. What are those 6 things? Jivaha. Jivaha is Anadi. Why Jivaha is Anadi? Because later on he is going to say Avidya. Second line, first word is Avidya. Avidya is Anadi. Therefore, Jivaha also must be Anadi. Alright. Then Ishaha is also Anadi. Ishvaraha Anadi. Of course, Ishvara must be Anadi. Then Vishuddha Chit. Vishuddha Chit means what? That pure consciousness, which is the essence of Ishvara and Jiva, must be Anadi, obviously. Okay. Then Tatha Jiveshayor Bhida means my whole life began this Punarapi Jananam because Jiveshwayor Bhida. I consider Jiva to be different than Ishvara. That Dvaita Buddhi has been there. So the Dvaita Buddhi also is Anadi. Jiveshayor Bhida. That comes 4. Okay, 4 are over now. Next, Avidya. Avidya also is Anadi, number 5. And then Tachitor Yogaha. Tachitor Yogaha. So that yoga, that combination of Chaitanyam and Avidya. Okay. The technical word it is. Tachitor Yogaha. The combination of Chaitanyam really cannot combine with anything because there is no other thing. There is no other thing. But still, there is another. Satyam Mithya is there. Okay. Clay and pot. Is there a clay and pot are 2 different things? That's why you have 2 words. Otherwise, there is no need for 2 words. But clay and pot are also together. There is some connection between clay and pot. So the Satya Mithyayor Yogaha. Okay. So Mithya Avidya and Satyam Chitor Yogaha. So there is a connection between the 2. What is the connection between the 2? And that connection is very unique connection it is. You cannot separate the pot from the clay. It is impossible. because they are really not two different objects. If there were two, I could have separated. But no, you know what? I can't separate it. The only thing is, pot can get destroyed and clay will remain. That is the only way you can say pot can be separated from clay. But even then, it's not a separation. Here he's saying tat chittor yoga. So that yoga, that connection between Chaitanyam and Avidya is also Anadi. Asmakam Anadayaha. Shadasmakam Anadayaha. So let's memorize this. Good thing to memorize. Jiva Isho Vishud. Jiva Isho Vishuddhachit. Okay. And then Tatha Jivesha Yorvidha. Avidya Tachitor Yogaha. Shadasmakam Anadayaha. Good to memorize it.
Guruji, what is Shadatmakam Anadayaha?
Shad Anadaya. Shad is 6. Shat is 6. Anadaya. 6 things that have no beginning. Asmakam is a filler. Asmakam. Asmakam means ours. O-U-R-S. They are our 6 Anadi entities. Ours. R means the people who study Vedanta. For them.
Guruji, this appears in Tattva Bodha?
No, this is not from Tattva Bodha. No, this is... No, even I have a question there. Panchadashi, I put a question mark. Chitsuki Tattva Pradipika. Somewhere it comes. Still unanswered. Maybe you can do a chat GPT and make it tell us.
Advaita Siddhi, that's what Google says.
Huh?
Advaita Siddhi or something. And I just got the shloka from the Google. I posted it in the group. It says Advaita Siddhi Pratama Parichedaha Bhagaha 2. I'm not able to get it, the full thing, but the shloka is there. I don't know.
Oh, the shloka is definitely there in Advaita Siddhi?
That is what it says. But when I opened, there's a lot of text where I couldn't find these lines. But luckily, the whole shloka is available when I did the Google search. So that's what I just now shared it in the group.
Which means we don't know the answer to the question, where is it cited?
I don't know. It says Advaita Siddhi. I don't know if it's a text.
That means we have to go to the Advaita Siddhi text and then look at all the verses, search for this verse, find out if it is really there.
Ramoji, please.
Guruji, do you know any pramanam where it says karma also is anadi? Is it the Bhagavad Gita one, which I think in the...
No, Anadi. Anadi is there. What is that? Ubhav Anadi, something comes.
I'll see it. Just check.
Prakritim Purushan Chaiva Vidyanadi Ubhavapi.
That Kim Karma, that Brahma Kim Adhyatmam Kim Karma. In that, does it say Anadi?
Gahana Karmano Gatihi. One place comes, but we'll see. Somewhere it may be there. Could be there. So, but Anadi word comes only once in the Bhagavad Gita. 13:20. You may want to make a note. Prakritim Purushan Chaiva Vidyanadi Ubhavapi. He's saying Prakriti and Purusha both are Anadi. Prakriti means Maya. Maya. So here the word Maya doesn't come. So that Tachitor Yogaha. That Tachitor Yogaha is Maya. Maya. Because Maya also is Anadi only.
Yeah.
But Maya does not have an end. Unlike Avidya. She is Devi. Devi can't end.
So Jaykumar ji, the things that don't end will be then Ishvara, then Vishuddha Chit, correct?
Correct.
And Tachitor Yoga.
Correct. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, somebody can question. Somebody can question. Hey, the yoga between avidya and chit, how do you say it doesn't end? When avidya ends, the yoga also should end, you know.
Parajnani. Yeah, that question comes. Yeah.
One part of the equation goes off means that there is no question of yoga at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have to look into some Bhaashyam on this. Yeah, I've not studied it. I've only referred to it. We have to see clearly what this shloka is talking about.
That's the reason I kept thinking like karma ending was something which is very confusing to me, because you lose agency, I can understand. But ending the karma, I don't know whether I understood it, because it is a little confusing for me. Because I understand karma also as which doesn't end.
If karma doesn't end, then Punarjanma will not end, no?
When the person is not owning up to agency, I thought that knowledge ends his Punarjanma. Because the cause and effect, he is out of cause and effect.
The asterisk is falling. Asteroid is falling. Whose karma it is? All right.
Does karma by definition include an agent, so that if the agent goes away, there is no karma?
Correct. That is our definition of karma. That is our definition of karma. Correct.
Yeah.
It may, see, karma ends, the karma will take its own course. Okay. Wherever it has to take its course, it will take its course. Oh, somebody throws a ball. The action is over, quote unquote. The action of the karta is over. Karta's job is over. Karta is now doing many other things. But the ball is still going. The missile is still going. So the karma continues. Karma phalam is still not there. It is later on only when the missile falls only we will see the karma phalam. And so that way if you see, karma phalam takes time to achieve, to fulfill, to fructify. But unfructified karma, see, all punyam and papam is yet to fructify. It is still in seed form. It is yet to come out. How it will come out? Who will it affect? Who does it belong to? All these questions are there. Like the dream karma. So, it won't fructify. That's the way to look at it. It won't fructify at all.
So does this mean that the Sanchita karma has this momentum, which is not fructified yet?
A fructified karma will have momentum.
How does that work?
Like a thrown missile has a momentum. When the action is done, then only there is a momentum. Otherwise also there is momentum if there is a karta. If there is an agent, momentum will be there. That momentum is what creates future janmas.
So how does Sanchita karma figure in that? Sanchita karma, and that is already someone has done the action, the doer is there, but it has not had time to be manifest as papa or punya.
Right.
So it's an accumulation. It's like an arrow in the prarabdha where it is shot and it has its own direction and it goes. And these are arrows in the quiver waiting to be launched.
Correct.
So how do I understand that momentum?
No, there is no momentum. That's what I'm saying. Arrows
Oh,
in the
it's,
quiver
there's no, okay.
do not have a momentum yet. I mean, there is a law which decides which arrow is going to come out next. But for that, the karta has to be there. Because all the arrows belong to the karta. Karta has to pull it out, as it were, has to get it out. But there is nobody to get it out. Then the arrows will just stay. The way to look at it.
I think Tattvabodhakara says those who praise the Jnani get the punyam and those who abuse the Jnani get the papam, right? The arpan papam.
See, the two ways to look at it. One is punya papam of the jnani that is waiting. That is what he's talking about.
Yes.
It belongs to the jnani, the person who is being abused. Okay. But then, suppose look at the person who is abusing the jnani. That person gains papa or not?
Right.
New papa. Not the existing papa of the jnani. No, this guy's papa. Okay, is there. So in that case, he's going to get papa for that. Punyam papa. So he's anyway going to create his own punyam and papa, regardless of the punyam and papa of the jnani. So that's also that's more reasonable to me. That's more reasonable.
45 years back in Hindu Darshan article came, I wrote that them in the latest editor, and someone, the spiritual editor, replied to me in this question.
Okay.
It's like that only. It goes to the punyam, goes to those people that dosha goes to the others, and all these things who condemn the jnani, like that.
See, one thing we should keep in mind. We have to be careful when we say something like that. It means that we are talking about a jnani and the punyam and papam of the jnani is still there. It is actually not complementary to the jnani. Not complementary at all. We should not talk like that, actually. I disagree with that. We should not talk that the punyam and papam Sanchita is waiting and just looking for people who are criticizing him or praising him.
But Jaykumarji, sorry to interrupt. Jnani has no punyam and papam at all. When he has nothing there, how the other person will inherit or he will get it?
Illamma, Rukminiji, the question is everybody has Sanchita karma, okay? How can Sanchita karma disappear when a person becomes a jnani? That is the question. That is the question being asked. Everybody has Sanchita. No jiva is without Sanchita.
But this Sanchita karma also will fructify when the jnani gets the next birth. So he has no birth. Then how can he will inherit that Sanchita karma?
No, we are not saying he is going to inherit Sanchita karma. We are saying somebody else is going to inherit the Sanchita. We write our will and say it should all go to all these people, right?
So as if you said jnani will be waiting that somebody will abuse him and the Sanchita karmas of jnani will go to him.
That's what Tattvabodhaka says. Tattvabodha, when we studied, he says that towards the end, he says, Ye jnaninam nindanti, something like that he says.
Yeah, he says that.
Okay. So that I think is just a praise. That is just a arthavada, I think. It is an arthavada. Arthavada means what? But it's not correct because jnani cannot have such a chance. There's no chance. That's a better way to take it.
Probably it's the answer for the logical minds, because anyways, once jnanam, no questions arise. We look for conclusions, so maybe for the logical mind to understand.
Yeah, maybe we can take it like that. Good. So we'll pause with that. Oh. So any feedback from the camp? Anything we can do differently, etc.? Any such ideas you all have? If you have, you let us know. As I already said the other day, that timing wise, I'm still not, I have to talk to Swamiji about this. All this 15-minute dhyanam and all, I don't like all that. It's all right, it's better than nothing, but it is a struggle to schedule a 15-minute thing and 15-minute yoga and all.
The tea and the lunch and the breakfast and all come a bit, all that. We have to time our timings around that tea and lunch and breakfast. And
yes, we can't say 15-minute lunch like that. I can't say, lunch. No, please leave lunch alone. No, please. 15-minute dhyanam we can handle. 15-minute class also we can handle, but 15-minute, 1 hour lunch we need to have. That okay, that I keep in mind.
I think 2.5 days camp was too short.
Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trilokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.